If you have ever spent real-world hours wandering the map just hoping a specific animal or rare horse decides to magically appear, you are doing it the hard way. Red Dead Redemption 2's open world is completely governed by a spawn cycle. And once you know how to break that cycle, you can force the game to give you exactly what you want. Today, we are looking at the distance refresh method, a simple but incredibly powerful trick to manipulate the map's RNG, random number generation, and instantly cycle through animals, horses, and even loot. As always, keep your iron loaded and your compendium full. Let's get into it. Part 1. The Wilderness Reset. The Lake Territory. We are starting our hunt at the lake, one of the best yet most frustrating hunting grounds in the game. Our main target today? The notoriously elusive western bull moose. Usually, when you ride up to the water, the shoreline is dead empty. Now, the old method was to just ride to the opposite side of the lake and hope for the best. If that fails, do not give up and do not leave the region. Instead, ride a short distance away and immediately return. This brief exit forces the game's memory to dump the empty environment and load a fresh batch of wildlife. When I tested this, the game didn't give me a moose right away. Instead, a wolf spawned directly in the water, swimming across. While I was distracted dealing with the wolf, a moose actually spawned but got spooked and bolted. If a mistake like this happens, do not panic. Ride a bit further away, set up a temporary camp to advance the cycle, and ride back. The environment will refresh again, finally granting you that perfect moose. Bonus tip. This specific lake area is also a guaranteed spawn point for elk and beavers, and you can even reliably find 2 rowboats sitting along the shore. Part 2. The Farm Swap, Downs Ranch. Let's move on to our second example, Downs Ranch. This location perfectly highlights how you can use this refresh trick for your compendium, specifically if you are grinding for the Zoologist and Skin Deep achievements. Imagine you arrive at the ranch and find a Devon ox grazing in the pen. You have already studied the Devon, but you desperately need an Angus ox. Instead of fast traveling across the map to check completely different farms, you can just manipulate the ranch you are currently at. All you need to do is ride away from the ranch until it is completely out of your minimap's range. Turn your horse around and ride right back. The game will have refreshed the pen, swapping the Devon ox for an Angus ox. This proves that while the spawn location remains static, the breed or species is randomized every time you enter the area's boundary. Part 3. The Horse Roulette, Random Campsites. For our final example, we are going to use this mechanic to farm rare horses. There is a common random encounter where two NPCs spawn at a campsite with two horses tethered nearby. When I first arrived at this specific camp, the game generated two fairly standard coats, a Dapple Bay Tennessee Walker and a Chestnut. Since neither of those were what I was looking for, I used the distance refresh. Here is exactly how to do it. Find your marker. Pick a landmark just out of sight of the camp. For me, it was a large rock down the trail. Hit the boundary. Ride to that rock, turn around and head back. Check the new spawns. The horses had completely changed. This time, I got a Bay Roan Morgan and a black Kentucky Saddler. Still not satisfied? Rinse and repeat. I rode back to the exact same rock, turned around, and visited the camp a third time. On this attempt, the game spawned a Few-Spotted Appaloosa, one of the rarest wild horse coats you can find. This environment refresh method is essentially a cheat code for the game's open world. It doesn't just work on animals and horses, it even works on certain open world lockboxes and loot caches, refilling them when you leave and return. Stop letting the game's random spawns dictate your time. Take control of the map, force the resets, and grab what you need. If this technique helped you finally track down that missing animal or dream horse, drop a like on the video, share it with a fellow outlaw, and subscribe for more deep dives. Let me know in the comments what rare spawn you managed to force using this trick. Until next time, keep your iron loaded and your compendium full. I'll see you in the next one.
Come here. Hey now. Easy. Easy now. Come on now. Easy. Easy. Easy, girl. Good girl. Let's get this off you, boy.